Good, happy Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday, August 13, 2024. I'm Riley King. Welcome to Riley's Kingdom of News right here on WRMK News Radio. We got a jam-packed broadcast to get to this Tuesday, so let's get started right now. First up, New Hampshire to receive about 65 M in PFAS settlement. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
It's a huge issue. People shouldn't live in fear from drinking water right out of the tap.
For years, Merrimack and other communities in the state have looked for solutions to clearing PFAS from their public water systems. PFAS is a group of chemicals that's found in items like plastics and non-stick coatings. And over the last 10 years, it's been found to have a negative impact on people's health.
It's been a terrible problem for our citizens. People are scared. They don't know what's going to happen, especially the long-term effects.
The state has been creating legislation relating to PFAS levels in the water for the last 5 years. And today, the AG's office announced it won in upwards of $65 million in a settlement against companies that are responsible.
We have a ways to go, but we're hoping to bring in significantly more funds to help clean up the mess.
The money will go into the state's Drinking Water and Groundwater Trust Fund and will be divvied up to various public water systems based on their needs over the next 3 years.
And the settlement is specific to public water systems, so it's settling just one piece of the broader range of litigation that's going on.
State Rep Tim McHugh says it's comforting to see the state take on these companies behind the contamination, especially since they're still finding new sources of PFAS today. But adds even more needs to be done.
We need to continue to make more such investments, and the money needs to come from the polluters directly, not out of the taxpayers' pockets.
And again, this money just for public water systems. The AG's office says those systems typically serve at least 25 people. They say that money for private wells is still being litigated. We're live in Merrimack. Kelly O'Brien, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. We want to hear from you. Feel free to weigh in on this. Email us at rknetwork1995@gmail.com. That is rknetwork1995@gmail.com, and let us know your thoughts on that. Lawmakers propose a new bill that would make it easier to freeze credit for children. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
Lawmakers in Washington are now working to protect children from identity theft. A bipartisan group of senators has introduced the Credit Freeze for Newborns Act. The bill would make it easier for parents to freeze their child's credit and spread awareness about identity theft in children. The bill's sponsors say freezing a child's credit is the best way to protect them from some forms of identity theft.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And we want to hear from you on this. Let us know your thoughts on this. Email us at rknetwork1995@gmail.com. That is rknetwork1995@gmail.com. Trump goes one-on-one with Elon Musk on glitch-filled X stream. Let's take a listen to that report from NBC News.
Donald Trump overnight making a return to his old favorite megaphone, taking part in a streaming conversation on X with the site's billionaire owner, Elon Musk.
You're an interesting character.
Musk endorsing Trump again in the friendly discussion.
I think you're the right path.
Which began about 40 minutes late, plagued by technical difficulties.
My apologies for the late start.
The former president railing against his new political opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris.
We cannot have her. She's incompetent. She's as bad as Biden.
Trump suggesting Harris would be too weak to oppose foreign dictators and discussing his own negotiations with Russian President Vladimir Putin over attacking Ukraine.
I said to Vladimir Putin, I said, don't do it. And I told him things that what I do, and he said, no way. And I said, way.
Mr. Trump mispronouncing Harris's name as he brought up a recent Time magazine cover on the vice president.
It was a drawing. And actually, she looked very much like our great First Lady, Melania. She didn't look like Camilla, that's right. But of course, she's a beautiful woman, so we'll leave it at that.
The former president also taking aim at President Biden.
This was a coup. This was a coup of a president of the United States. He didn't want to leave, and they said, we can do it the nice way, or we can do it the hard way.
Mr. Trump, who's been courting union workers in battleground states, praising Musk, who's had mass firings and layoffs at his multiple companies.
They go on strike, and you say, that's okay, you're all gone.
The Harris campaign responding to the event overnight, saying, quote, Trump's entire campaign is in service of people like Elon Musk and himself, self-obsessed rich guys who will sell out the middle class and who cannot run a live stream in the year 2024.
So Garrett, we're also now hearing from the FBI about potential attempts to hack not just the Trump campaign, but the Harris campaign as well. What more can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that's right, Craig. The FBI says it's now investigating what the Trump campaign has characterized as a hack of its computer networks by Iran. FBI officials aren't commenting on what they think happened there, but a source familiar with the matter says the Bureau is also looking into the attempted hacking of several Biden-Harris staffers as well. Right now, it's not clear if that attempt was successful, Craig.
All right, Garrett Hickforce there in Washington. Garrett, thank you.
Hey,
Okay, and there you go on that report. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Riley's Kingdom of News right here on WRMK News Radio. And if you want to weigh in on any of the stories, you can email us at rknetwork1995@gmail.com. That's rknetwork1995@gmail.com. The gold scam costing Americans millions. Let's take a listen to that report from ABC News.
In style. Welcome to your Walmart.
An urgent alert this morning about a scam costing Americans tens of millions of dollars. This woman says her aunt fell victim to the scam.
I know my aunt has felt a lot of shame for this. Unfortunately, it's been hard on everyone. We are worried because she is in jeopardy of losing her house.
These scams are happening. They're happening to our parents. They're happening to our grandparents, our friends, and our neighbors.
Authorities in Maryland yesterday announced the arrest of 5 alleged fraudsters. Here's how the scam works. The scammers target victims with pop-up ads online that claim the victim's personal data has been stolen. Then they impersonate federal authorities to convince the victims to buy gold bars to better protect their life savings. The scammers then send couriers like this man for the transaction. At least $84 million have been stolen nationwide in the last year. 7 victims in Maryland alone have lost nearly $3 million, and authorities believe many more victims have yet to come forward. They have this simple advice to protect yourself.
If you look at the number and you don't recognize the number, don't answer the phone and don't click on the pop-up ads on your computer.
Some good advice there. These scams often involve cryptocurrency as well. The 5 people arrested in Maryland are being held without bond.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market. Right now, Dow Jones Industrial Average is down in the red. NASDAQ up in the green. S&P 500 up in the green. Is unch. Gold, green. Oil up and down in the red. US 10-year, unch, and Euro/USD, green, and VIX in the red. That is a look at your stock market. And that does it for this edition of Riley's Kingdom of News right here on WRMK News Radio. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another broadcast. Goodbye.